CZ Media Podcast is brought to you by Rancho Bravos Tacos. They make it really easy to get great tasting Mexican food. You can stop by any one of their 3 convenient locations, Capitol Hill, U District, Wallingford, or you can order through Uber Eats, Caviar, or Chow Now. You can also text RBT to the number 474747 and you'll get deals on tacos, burritos, and more. All of the information is in the show notes.
Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm feeling mean, gonna make an ugly scene. Tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean. Tonight I'm gonna pick myself a fight. If some deserving dirtbag a black eye, and if he swings at me, then I'll bust that sucker's knee. 'Cause tonight I'm feeling mean, I'm feeling mean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the CZ Media Podcast. Did you listen to the last show?
I have not yet.
The last show was with Erica White. She's the owner of Fat's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw it. I haven't listened to it yet.
It was so interesting talking to her.
You know, Fat's Chicken, my mouth is just watering.
It's delicious.
Are you serious, dude? It's like crack.
It's so good. You know, I'm also a big fan of Serious Biscuit in South Lake Union.
I had lunch with it the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, Serious Pie, but I got breakfast, so what the hell?
You know, I put Fat's chicken biscuit sandwich above.
I haven't had chicken biscuit sandwich. So I love Serious Biscuit, their gravy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. But you know what they sell at Serious Pie? Don't even get me going on potato pizza.
Yeah.
It is like, that is not even a food. That's just like carbs on carbs on carbs. I would lick the garlic sauce off of it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like, who orders a potato pizza? And then the gal next to me got delivered a potato pizza after I just got done just trashing it.
With just like olive oil. I don't even think it has red sauce, does it?
No, it has some sort of white sauce.
Yeah.
On it. At least there's, yeah.
I think actually Lori and I have only been there a few times. I think Lori has ordered a potato pizza before. The one that I remember getting was the clam pizza.
Yeah. Yeah, all of that is just
It's
wrong.
You know, I'm from Chicago. You know, call me a simple man.
I would call you a simple
good
man.
sauce. I want some amazingly seasoned cheese. And that's what I noticed, the big difference of what Chicago does to their pizza versus here. They put seasoning in the cheese.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't get that here.
It's super like spicy, right? What's weird is when I was in Detroit, for one, they make square pizzas. Don't even get me going on that. That's
I'm okay.
Just,
they cut it in squares?
Yeah, they cut it in squares, and it's sort of like a deep dish.
Yeah.
Think of focaccia bread, right?
Right.
So it's like a deep dish like that. Then they put the cheese on, and then they just dribble sauce on top of that. It's like inside out.
I think I would be okay with that.
But the thing is, the sauce is super sweet, and I just like super garlicky, oregano-y, you know.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah. And if
That
you
is
have some
the
red pepper
difference.
flake in there too, bonus. It doesn't take a lot for me to eat, honestly. I mean, look at me.
I hear you. It's like I complain about Seattle pizza all the time.
Like you've never had one, right?
But I'll eat it.
I want to eat a potato pizza.
I wouldn't order one.
If I went out with a gal and she ordered potato pizza,
It's like goodbye.
that's probably the last time we go out. Yeah.
Or
There'd have to be some other benefit to it.
it means full steam ahead.
Oh, you're potato pizza people.
It's like, you know what they say about girls that like potato pizza?
Good
No,
Lord.
so go to Fat's Chicken and Waffles.
I've never been there before.
Well, no, get the chicken sandwich.
Okay, I'll do that.
It's what they've done. They've had it they've had the chicken biscuit sandwich for a while, but now they have a new thing called the honey biscuit chicken sandwich, which they put honey on it.
Yeah, hence the name.
It is so delicious. Well, everyone, I urge you to go and listen to that show because Erica was nice enough to extend a special offer for listeners.
Oh, there you go.
Towards the end of the show, I'll just go ahead and say what she said. She said, if you go mention that you heard her on the CZ Media podcast, you get 20%. You'll get 20% off your meal.
Oh, 20% off. I thought they were just going to give you 20% of the sandwich. Like, that's a bargain any day.
No, you'll get 20% off of your meal. That's a great deal if you ask me.
Yeah, it is. Like you need an incentive to eat there.
Oh, when was the last time you've been there?
3 weeks ago, maybe?
Yeah, that's good.
We were going to go, can I mention another one?
Sure.
We were going to go to Izelle's, which
The
is kind
old
of
one or the new one?
the one by Garfield, right?
The real
Yeah.
Ezels or the non-real Ezels?
The real one.
That's the non-real one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Where's the real one?
It's called Heaven Chicken.
Yeah, so I'm a boy from Puyallup, so you know.
So
obviously.
Ezels, the man Ezels, got divorced, and his
Oh,
wife won.
yeah.
His wife won the name. So actually, there's a bunch of Ezels now.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
a huge chain. There's maybe 20
Yeah.
throughout the state.
Yeah, don't eat from the truck, by the way.
You don't like it?
It's just,
It's
like,
expensive.
and it's not the best of anything they have. It's like,
All they have is the chicken strips.
and I want the biscuits, and the biscuits are not good.
Do they make them in the truck? Maybe.
I
Maybe
don't,
the oven can't get hot enough.
I don't know, but yeah. So just go to Izelle's. Anyway, so we're on our way to Izelle's,
Yeah.
and we're like, heck, it's only 10 more blocks. Let's just go fast. Because I hate fighting at that walk up when
Yeah.
you're inside and you're on the treadmill like you're at Disneyland.
You might get shot over there.
Yeah, only 20 minutes from this point. It's like, okay.
Although the one complaint I have about Fats is that it is so popular for breakfast brunch, you have to wait.
Yeah, I'm not waking up that early. Trust me.
Lori and I made the mistake a few weeks ago of going on Sunday like at 11:30. Forget it.
Prime time. Hey, if you can go on Sunday right after church gets out, that's brilliant time. So, you know, I used to manage restaurants. It's like, what is this fresh new hell? Oh, yeah, church is out.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And I'm a Christian guy. I'm just like, people, be better and tip for crying out loud. Be better people.
You know, where did you guys go when you were a kid? Where did you go after church?
Oh, dude, well, we didn't go to church when I was a kid. I went to church.
Oh.
And we didn't go anywhere. I'm telling you what, I grew up in a farm down in Orting, South Puyallup. And going out to a restaurant, that was like,
Lavish.
oh my God.
Only
yeah.
city folks do that.
Yeah, we'd have to wash our clothes just to go. I mean, we just like, you're on the farm, you got things to do. It's like, you don't get out and about. And then when we would, I mean, it was like, yeah, the whole family, it was like a big, big deal.
Right.
And then when I was in high school, I started working at a little fast food place, and people would come in like 4 or 5 times a week. And I'm like, holy
You're like, who are these people with empty pockets,
I know,
with bottomless pockets?
You know, flat top Joe, he's a billionaire. He comes here like, and he gets a pint of hard scooped ice cream every time he comes in.
Like, how's this guy dropping this cash?
I know, he's just loaded, man. But yeah, until then, I didn't realize people went out to eat like that. It just wasn't part of our life.
Interesting. You know, I think I may be on a similar boat, but we did go out to eat every now and then. But the only places we went to, I mean, you're probably going to say we went to taco places first. I'm gonna go ahead and put that prejudice in your face. I'm gonna go ahead and project that
Because I thought you were Asian initially.
only in some ways.
Oh my God, poor Lori.
My parents were fan number one of buffet, any buffet.
Oh my God.
You name it, they'll go to it. Chinese buffet, regular buffet. And the first buffet restaurant that they started going to, it was called the Smorgasbord. Board.
How could that not be awesome?
And it was far away. It was like a good 45 minutes from home.
It was a destination location.
It really was. So when
Because you can't get stiff potatoes near your house. You have to go to another zip code.
you can't get that cubed ham you put on your salad. anywhere. But I remember, getting out of church at noon for first service. Like when I was a kid, there was 2 services on a Sunday.
Yeah.
10 to noon and then 5 to 7.
Yeah. My church, we've just spilled over into Saturday. So
that was too much. I remember, so leaving church at noon, and then if my mom said, "Are you hungry? What do you want me to make you?" And if my dad said, "Buffet," like we were going to the buffet. Then I would get so excited. So then they transitioned. Then there was so we would go to this smorgasbord. Is it, how do you say it?
Smorgasbord.
Borg? Not board?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Do I look German to you?
Well, I don't know.
I actually am, but I don't know what that looks like, actually. But.
So smorgasbord. So then they found Sizzler. There was a Sizzler right by the house. And they had sort of a buffet. And then we would go to Sizzler for a bit. And then what stuck out at Sizzler's is if you ordered a steak, they brought you a special knife. Like I was so entranced by this special knife that wasn't out normally.
Was there rays of light?
Yes. It's like, wow, this dish merits its own knife. Like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like brag to the friends saying we went to Sizzler and I got the knife.
Now you just go to the Ram, you order the burger, and they just stab it with this machete.
Yeah.
It's like, good luck, have at it.
Well, the audience is probably wondering who I'm talking to today. That's been sort of a thing I forget to introduce.
Well,
that's okay.
I just walked in and we haven't
Off
had a
the
chance
street,
to say anything.
I had a sign out the studio that said, "Who wants to record?"
And here I'm just hanging around.
Here comes Todd wheeling in his knee scooter, coming down. So I'm talking to my buddy Todd. What's your last name, Todd? Hobert?
Yeah.
My buddy Todd Hobert. And there's a reason why I want to talk to this guy, not just because he's my buddy, but he is an awesome photographer that does stuff with music, with sports. As we just did we talk about the boudoir stuff?
No, we're not talking about that.
Oh, okay, never mind. Scratch that. But does the band stuff is what's super cool, that I gravitate to the most. Because you do mostly soccer.
I'm
stuff.
racing to the bottom. It's like, who can pay me less to do my job? That's kind of my whole photography business model.
Is it working?
I think I've aced it, really. I think I've really honed it over the years. If you have brand new gear and you want to complain about how you can't pay me $200 for a show,
right?
You're in. Yeah, that's it.
So I believe we met
10 years ago.
I want to say 10.
No, because I started in 2010. I started Creative Live in 2010, so probably at least 8 years ago, probably.
Yeah, 8 years ago. So I talk about it like past tense because I haven't paid any attention to Creative Live in years and years.
Dude, shame on you. Maybe some of your listeners could benefit from the many different silos of material they provide.
From the knitting classes that they provide, the scrapbooking. How to use stamps.
There is that. Okay, you got me there. So I have no dog in this hunt, right? But I worked there for 2.5, 3 years. Back when it was just getting started. I mean, literally. Now it's this big, huge education channel.
Right.
CreativeLive.com.
Yeah.
Have a lot of friends there.
There's so many of these channels now.
Yeah, there are. I mean, even LinkedIn has learning channels.
Oh yeah. Right.
But I mean, so the king of photo learning is Scott Kelby.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to Dave Cross, who was worked with
the comedian.
Huh?
The comedian.
No, Dave Cross, the Photoshop teacher at Creative Live. He was part of Kelby's group for years and years and years. And I told him, I listened to you when you were the photo guys, and it was an audio podcast, and nothing like learning Photoshop on an audio podcast. So imagine that you have a woman with wild, crazy hair. Then imagine you take out your masking tool. And then slide this here and slide that there. And then imagine the background disappears.
So is this how you learned?
Oddly enough, yeah, I learned quite a bit.
I can see a benefit.
It was a bit frustrating, but that's back in the day when, I was pirating Photoshop.
I can see how by just listening to the instructions, you wouldn't get so distracted with all of the other.
With the visuals of photography. I know that can be a bitch.
No, with all of the options.
Oh, yeah.
With all of the options in Photoshop.
Just do what I do. Just ignore half the stuff that's on the screen anyways.
You know, my Photoshop is getting what's just above horrible, but
Atrocious.
under decent.
Oh, mediocre.
Yeah, my Photoshop is mediocre, mostly because I have to Photoshop these photos onto the show notes.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention that to you, but you know, I'm a nice guy. But if you need help, let me know.
I think it's purposefully bad. Although the one that I did,
that's what I'm thinking. I go, oh, he's being ironic.
I think I am.
Okay.
Although
if we're going with that, I'm going.
The best one that I've done so far. Actually, there's two. The show that I did with Ellen Menny, who's a personality on Evening Magazine. Mm-hmm. She's been nice enough to come twice. The last time
you let her in this dungeon twice.
I did.
She came back.
She did.
Holy crap!
She's
gutsy.
She likes me. She talked about how she's never done cosplay, but if she were to do, she would be Futurosa.
I would totally shoot that.
Whatever. What's the Futurosa? What's her last name?
Do I look like I would know?
You're not a Mad Max fan?
No.
But you know who I'm talking about? Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
She was bald.
Yeah.
So
was she willing to shave her head?
Who? Oh, Ellen?
Yeah.
Probably not. So she'll probably do a thing.
Fuck it then.
But so I photoshopped her face onto Charlize Theron's face, and then me onto that bald-headed dude who had tattoos on his skull, the skinny guy. And I was like, that's pretty good.
See, the thing is, you've always had long hair. I was thinking, if you shaved
it.
your hair off, do you maybe have tattoos under there? I was thinking you could.
No, my head is abnormally shaped. I'll never have shaved
I
head.
have freakish tattoo. The thing is unlike you, I'm balding. So the world will know someday.
You know what you should use? Drugs.
I hear they don't grow your hair back, but you don't care
Some
nearly as much.
Have you tried Hims?
Yes,
It would be cool if they sponsored the show.
I can get my Rogaine and my Pecker pills from the same place.
You can for cheap.
What the world needs is cheaper Pecker pills.
That's right. I should reach out to them and say, "Hey,
could you sponsor the show?"
Because I use it.
The Rogaine.
The Rogaine.
Yeah, not the Pecker.
Not
You're
Pecker
totally
pills.
cool, dude. Yeah, no problems there whatsoever.
None.
It all works.
Although if you smash them up and throw them in some vodka, some Red Bull.
Oh, dude, your blood just starts pumping.
It's a party. It's a party.
You're in your 24-hour vodka erection.
No, about 6 months ago, I started when my hair was really long, like down.
I know you'd cut it.
Yeah, I cut it. My hair was super, super long. I did flat out look like a native.
Well, I told you were like scaring kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what would happen a lot though? I would get called ma'am. I would be called ma'am so many times.
Well, that's because of the boobs.
Oh my goodness. I'm fat. I'm not that fat. And you know what's so funny? That the last time that happened was Lori and I were at Barrio, that fancy place on Capitol Hill. And the bartender was behind me and he's like, "What can I get you ladies?" And Lori just cracked up right away. But he didn't look at me. I mean, obviously he only saw my long hair. Mm-hmm. But when he went back to the bar and he looked at me, he just gave this like, I'm scared to death look, thinking that, I don't know, maybe I was going to say something like, "How dare you call me ma'am?" And then I started to laugh. I'm like, you're not the first one that's done that, and it probably won't be the last.
Yeah. You should shave your legs less.
Yeah.
That would help.
Although, man, I would be the broadest woman you've ever seen.
You haven't met my Aunt Karen.
Ooh, is she big German?
Well, she's not with us anymore. Oh. Not a surprise. But no, she's a good 350, 400-pound lesbian gal.
Ooh, buzzed hair.
Oh, she's pretty butch. Yeah, we loved her. Annie Flo. Yeah, she was funny. She was. I loved her to death. But yeah, the fact that she died early is not a shocker.
Well, how so?
Well, we come from a long line of alcoholic diabetics.
Oh.
So yeah, those two things mix like. It's like my doctor goes, so new doctor, and he goes through this list. And he goes, "Do you have any diseases that run through your family. And I'm like, is liver cirrhosis one of those?
Is that hereditary?
He's like, no, that's pretty much self-induced.
Yeah.
And I go, nope, we're good then. I go, we may have things like Alzheimer's and cancer stuff. We just never live that long.
Don't get to it.
We just don't get to it. Nope. Nope.
We take a shortcut.
So we just drink silly and smoke 4 packs a day.
There we go. Are you a smoker?
No.
Ever?
No. Well, for 18 years living in my parents' freaking house. Never opened the door in that place. Holy crap. It was like a no, don't get
So
me.
you're
like a
smoking
nightclub
is
in there.
secondhand smoking.
Yeah, I'm all about it. So when I die, you know how the football players, they shoot themselves in the chest?
Yeah.
So they don't mess up their brain so you can study them?
Right.
When I die, secondhand smoke. Boom, just do the study. There's nobody who's sucked in more smoke than me.
Interesting.
In the Dodge Dart driving to California.
Why don't you check that out? Can't you check that out?
Whether I have cancer from that? No, it's going to be, that's going to take a long time.
I mean, have you done lung tests?
I mean, I can breathe. I mean, so my mom, she quit smoking. My brother said, oh, by the way, you can't see the grandgirls if you're smoking.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah,
That's
cold
fair.
turkey, right?
Yeah.
And so we were at the doctor because I take my mom to the doctor. I have to break her out of the senior prison every once in a while to go see the doctor. And
There isn't one there.
huh?
At least there isn't one
No,
there.
there's a drive-up window for the ambulance. So trust me, every time I roll up to that place, there's a medic unit out front. I'm like, who do we lose today? No, so the doctor starts asking through the riddle of questions, and she goes, smoker? And mom says, no. And I go, Mom? Yeah, you haven't smoked in a while, but yeah, your damage is done.
There's a couple decades. There's a few decades in there.
Yeah.
I used to smoke, well, like everyone says, when I would drink, like 2 cigarettes. But the last one that I had was 4 or 5 years ago. And it just made me feel like absolute crap the next day. Like I tasted it for like 2 days. I coughed forever. I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point. It's not fun.
Why do people do this, right? Well, it's funny. I was at this place the other day, and I'm talking to this gal who I kind of know, and she's like, "I'm gonna go out and have a cigarette." And I'm like, "Have fun," I'm just can't wait to follow you and suck that stuff in.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You don't smoke?" And I go, "No." And she goes, "Do you smoke pot?" And I go, "What part of I don't smoke do you not understand?"
Well, people separate it.
I know they do, and I'm like, "Nah, it's the whole point, the whole thing, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't take. Sometimes we have friends come over that vape or bring joints, and I can't even do that. I already have limited cardio functions. I get super tired really quick. I don't need to damage.
You have
it
to
even
rest up
further.
just to get up to the street from your house.
I'm 3 weeks ago. I started exercising for real again. I was in
How do
decent
you
shape 3
exercise
years
not
ago.
for real though? What were you doing before that you're not for real exercising?
Well, like going once
Watching sports
every 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
For
actually,
about
gym.
half an hour. So I love boxing, and yeah, exercising not for real means going to the boxing gym once every 2 weeks and hitting the bag for 30 minutes. It's like you break a sweat, but you're really not doing anything. But 3 weeks ago, I started exercising for real, but I bought myself a spinning bike. I love, like I would go to a spinning class if I had access to a regular gym. But the biggest challenge is actually being somewhere at a certain time. Like, I'm just not going to do it.
Oh yeah, because it's like we're gonna be here at 5:30 in the morning. You're like, fuck that.
No, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I just can't do it. Or even, I have access to multiple gyms that I can go to for free that are
Gyms.
boxing gyms, but that have equipment, and I still won't go. It's like, I won't go.
You could just be your own lonely self in the corner with the exercise bike, watching people
I'll
actually work out.
When we're done, I'll show you where my bike is, and that's pretty much what it is, except I'm just facing the wall. So I have a spinning bike here, and for 3 weeks I've gotten on 3 to 5 times a week. And the very first day I rode for like 20 minutes. And I was exhausted, and it hurt. And I thought that I was never going to do it again. But the next day I went on and did 25 minutes and I was still horrible. But now, like to this morning, I did 45 minutes pretty easy.
So
Like
how old are you?
40.
Okay, and so you've never been through this cycle before? This is all
Oh
brand
yeah,
new to you?
I've done it. I've been through this cycle 5 times.
So it's like, yeah. So the first day you bike, you go, tomorrow is going to be hell.
Yeah.
It's just going to be hell. And
Oh, I'm still there. I'm still
I
at
won't be able
that.
to move. It's like when I shoot wrestling, the first match of the year, you're down on the mat, you're getting up and you're down. I know the next day, I feel like I could get hit by a truck.
Yeah.
And I always tell myself before wrestling season, I'm going to make sure I get my abs and my back strength up, really get my leg. So I'm squatting a lot, make sure I get all that. I never do. And then I'm always just like, holy crap.
It hurts. It super hurts. And then being that it's cycling, so about 8 or so years ago, I was big into cycling. I was part of Cascade Bike Club, and I would go on I would go to plenty of rides every week. 50, 60-mile rides all the time. And I remembered it took a while to get used to being on that seat. It's like that, or it hurts your butt.
Yeah.
And it like you sit right on the taint.
It crushes your junk.
Which then makes it doesn't crush it, but it makes it numb.
I'm doing it wrong then.
Yeah, you don't sit on your balls. It's like if you didn't have shorts on, there's a possibility that the seat will enter you.
Well, the thing is so those seats aren't this. When I was a kid, I don't bike a lot, but when I was a kid, I mean, we had regular seats. Now they're just like little sticks with like 2 little things coming off, horizontal pieces on the top. And
Yeah,
there's almost no seat there.
Well, that's a road bike. Yeah, so road bikes are like that. They're very narrow. Because they're built. They're made specifically just to go between your butt cheeks and to sit right on that bone. God. But you have
Why would I not be biking then? I mean, holy.
You have a very important artery that goes there that supplies blood to your wiener, and it cuts it off. So it's like when you're done, like it takes a few minutes to regain feeling in your junk because it is completely numb, and then you get numb in your feet too. Your toes get numb.
Where do I sign up?
It's so that I'm battling that, but today 45 minutes easy. There was very little discomfort.
I just can't get the visual of you in spandex out of my head.
You know what? Now. I wear the spandex.
Please.
I wear this, but just here. If I went
Tell
to
me you
the
don't
gym,
wander around town.
No.
Because.
Todd, when I was the last iteration of me, I could go around in my stretchy pants with just a t-shirt, and I looked just like a normal dude. Like I did not look the way I look now. And I want to get back to that. My goal weight is 230.
Yeah.
And I'm like 65 pounds away.
You're almost there.
It's sometimes I think it's an awful lot, but then other like 30% of the time, it's like, you know what? If I really wanted to, 6 months, 7 months, I could do it.
Well, so here's the deal though. So your full-time job, from what I can figure out via your social media, is to eat in better restaurants than I eat in. So if you can cut the hell out of that.
Well,
I'm not lying.
No. But you're absolutely right where I have no excuse.
Yeah.
I have a very flexible schedule, and there's really no reason why I can't do it in the morning. So today's a win for me because I got up pretty early, like at 7:15, and then by 8:30 I was on the bike, and then I did a good 45 minutes, showered up, and then went to a client's office to do some work. And then just the day happened. But it was pretty tough. I logged the workouts because I need to know what I'm doing. So I do, my trusty Apple Watch does the heart rate monitoring, and I use the Under Armour fitness tracker. Because what I'm trying to do is do interval training. So I go easy for a few minutes, and then for 2 minutes I I sprint or do a climb, and then I come back down, and then a few minutes later I do it again. So I was looking at the results from this morning's workout, and yeah, I was just up and down about 8 times. So tomorrow, let's see if we can do 47 minutes.
How's your cardiovascular on that? Are you like just wheezing?
It's a pretty amazing how quickly you can see improvement. Where the first few times, oh yeah, I was wheezing and couldn't catch. So this is the crazy thing. So again, 3 weeks ago, because I started off tracking heart rate. I got the very first time I got on the bike, started pedaling, and within 3 to 4 minutes, my heart rate was at about 155 beats per minute.
Wow.
Just shot up super fast. And then, yeah, get tired. That's why I only lasted 20 minutes. I got tired super fast. Today, it took me a good 4 to 5 minutes to get up to 150. And then rewind back to the first day. So let's say I got up to 165 beats per minute. I wanted it to come back down, and it would take me like 4 minutes.
That's how you tell if you're getting fit. How long does it take to come back down?
How long to come back down? So, 3 weeks ago, it would take me another 3 to 4 minutes from 165 to bring it down to 130. Today, from 171, I was able to get it down to 135 in about 90 seconds.
Yeah, that's good.
But again, I'm focusing on my breathing. I'm standing up straight a little bit more, so I'm expanding my lungs, but just breathing in through the nose and then out, and then controlling my pace, and then, thinking of it, calm down, come down. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Like, that's the little improvements that I see. Another thing that I've noticed from 3 weeks ago was that my resting heart rate was like 88 beats per minute, which is horrible. Absolutely horrible. And now I was at about 68 or 69.
But you've been talking about exercise, so it goes up a little bit.
In my brain, it's thinking.
Yeah, so people
like
can't see it because this is not visual. But I got this big cast thing hanging off my foot.
Yeah,
I've been about 2 years where I haven't been able to like be normal. I mean, either one leg or the other's been, compromised.
Yeah.
And we're coming to the end of all this, and
I just
want to walk normal,
right,
like a human being, right? But so the idea of like going biking or anything like that to me is like an anathema.
But
I'm dying to get out.
But you're ready to do it.
Oh, please.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit more. Should I just do a live read?
Sure.
Yeah, let's just do a live read. No, I'll play my pre-recorded ad. All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes.
When I needed updated content for my small business website, I was worried because I didn't have a very large marketing budget. But then I found Carlos at CZ Media. He gave me a budget-friendly quote and delivered the high-quality content I was looking for. I would recommend you check him out. All of his information is in the show notes.
And we're back.
Let's clear our throats all together.
What podcast do you listen to? Do you listen to any?
Oh yeah. So I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell you right up front. So I listen to Freakonomics with Dubner. He wrote a series of books. Him and Steven, God, I can't remember the other guy's last name. Anyways, he's an economist.
Yeah.
And he basically puts numbers to everyday things that we think about. But he's a sports freak. He's a music freak. So he's kind of like running side-by-side channels within his Freakonomics podcast. I listen to Malcolm Gladwell, who's awesome.
Yeah. I should probably listen to his.
Yeah. So he's got I'm a history buff, so he's got revisionist history, which is great. I listen to Livin' La Vida Low Carb with Johnny. He's so it's good. So I listened to some medical stuff, a bunch of history stuff, and then I listened to Stern. I listened to Joe Rogan like everybody else.
Yeah.
A little bit of Joe. A little bit of Joe is a lot of Joe.
I don't like that Joe's not live anymore.
Well, because he's got to make it all pretty.
He edits it now.
Huh?
I haven't listened since.
So now here's if you're an older person. I don't know if you're younger. You should be listening to him anyways.
Yeah.
Is Dennis Miller?
No, he's too obnoxious.
Oh please, he's hysterical.
Like I used to do a decent impersonation, except I don't remember any huge words, any big words to say.
Yeah, his references. I remember he was on Monday Night Football for
Yeah.
about half a season. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he would make references during the football show, and the next morning there was a Facebook page. This guy would research all the references he made.
Yeah.
And tell you how they applied to what he was actually saying, because no one could do it like real time.
Yeah. It's like I bought stock. Well, I don't know. Like I think he referenced the great tulip bust of the 1930s when like these crazy. Yeah,
and he's a big, huge Turner Music Classic movie fan. I mean, he just literally watches old movies. So unless you're into like 1940s movies,
right?
He drops references that you're just like, okay, Google.
Yeah.
Help me Google.
I haven't listened to anything that he's done in a while. I was disappointed with Stern.
What, the format change?
No, he wrote this book
Private
that he's
Parts?
doing. No, he wrote a new book. He's doing press for it now.
Oh, is he?
And he talks about his regrets, and he said that he regrets a lot of what he did when he first started and became popular, like
he sold out.
Yeah.
Really? Like lesbian,
like that's kind of stuff,
Yeah.
like being
catfights and stuff.
being that. But how that is just like he insulted the majority of his audience, because that's why he's famous.
Well, the thing is, the people listening to him weren't insulted by it. That's what they were there for. That's what they wanted. He just wasn't drawing the audience that he would prefer to hang out with. I think.
No, you can't. He couldn't have faked it for 50 years, 40 years.
Yeah, I would never regret marrying the wife he has now, though. I'm telling you what. Money buys a lot of good in your life.
She has a bulbous forehead.
What?
Her forehead is like there's an alien gonna pop out of that thing.
Dude, you're warped.
Look at it.
Okay.
It's like worse than Helen Hunt's forehead. She has this.
Do you know how long I had a crush on Helen Hunt?
Well, so did I.
I know, but now she's old, so whatever.
What else is she?
Why did she age and I didn't? What was that?
Right. So, well, yeah, that made me not want to listen to him anymore. I mean, not that I haven't had a serious subscription in forever.
Yeah.
But Joe's cool. Although I think that Joe doesn't do the live shows anymore because of copyright stuff, because they used to put stuff on the screen that may have been copyrighted. And now that like the EU or UK, the EU passed this.
The ownership
Article
rule.
14 or
yeah,
whatever.
you own all your social media data.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it might be that, but I haven't listened to it since it was pre-recorded. It's just not the same. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I listen to him like once or twice a week, and a little bit of him's a lot, right? To me.
Yeah.
I can't watch him on UFC. Trust me. I just want to punch him.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Well, I don't know anything about MMA, so when I hear him call a fight, he's very knowledgeable. So I try to listen and then actually see what's going on and match the two up.
I just see him on a sitcom 20 years ago when he was
radio.
a Dill Rod.
What was the show called? Radio.
Something radio.
He played the IT guys. Did you relate to him in that way?
No. No IT guy's that stupid.
I was watching an old episode, and one of the other characters wanted like this small camera to record something, and he's like, I could whip something up, and he whips up this huge looking apparatus that is this discreet looking camera, and he was trying to explain how it worked and the frequencies. It was pretty funny. So
News radio.
yes, news radio with Phil Hartman.
Look it up on your Netflixy thing.
I don't think it's on it, but there's a bunch of episodes on YouTube.
TV Land.
I get sucked
Some other
into
channel I don't watch.
I get sucked into the Roseanne.
Are you serious? So here's the deal. So
TV
I told you a
Land.
little bit about my family.
Yeah.
So Roseanne's on. Everybody's like, "Did you watch Roseanne? Did you watch Roseanne?" I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, no, I was at home last night. It was Roseanne. What are you talking about? It's like I don't. That's not like that's not frivolous getaway time for me. That's like serious like PSTD for me.
You don't want to remember.
I do not. No.
You want to forget. I loved Roseanne, and I'm
Nothing against Roseanne. It's just like she's every aunt I've ever had.
I was sad to see it end the way it did.
Yeah. So yeah, and the thing is like it or loathe it. So much has happened since then. It's been so much worse for so much less impact.
Exactly.
It was,
And
she
this
was just
wasn't that long ago.
She was just the first in a long line of people being stupid.
It's. I mean, pretty soon, and then we got All in the Family coming back for one show.
Yeah.
They're not bringing it back, but they're doing a live. Like, why would they even attempt
Well, you
to
know,
make
it was
an
classic,
All in the
right?
Family?
Yeah, it was classic. And it's going to be a shit show.
It's Woody Harrelson as Archie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know who
He's not
he
nearly
is.
fat enough.
No, and then the Jeffersons. They're going to do the Jeffersons too.
Is there nothing new under the sun? It's like bring back good shows. Bring back MASH. Don't bring back crap.
I've never seen an episode of MASH.
I've never seen an episode of Seinfeld. Now we're equal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love Seinfeld.
I used to work nights.
Bring
during
back
that period of time.
Seinfeld.
My son's like, he got a whole DVD set of Seinfeld stuff. And I'm like, he goes, we should just power through. I'm like, no. Pick out 5 or 10 of the best ones and I'll watch those.
Did he do that?
Yeah. So it was Ellen's Dancing Bizarre. And then, so Costanza,
Yeah, George.
he's too much me. He just makes me nervous. I just like get so uncomfortable when he's on screen. I'm just like, why would you do this? Why would people watch this every week? I just get so uncomfortable.
He was awesome.
And then there's one where they're wandering through a parking garage. I'm like, why
That's
is
the
this
last
one?
episode.
I go, why is this one of the 10 best?
It's the last one.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It should
It's
have
the
been.
last one, and then they get Kramer got arrested for peeing. I think so did Costanza. They were peeing in the parking lot, so they got sent to the mall jail.
I've done that a few times, never got arrested.
And then it ends with them in the cell. Like all of them, they went to the mall or whatever, and then individually, each one of them ended up in mall jail.
So if that was the first episode, by the way, there would never be a Seinfeld. That would have been
No, the first
one
ones
and
were
done.
worse.
One and done. That would have been it.
The first season, it took them a little bit to warm up. I went back and started watching some of the first seasons, and they're a little rough.
Yeah. So by the way, I've never seen Seinfeld because I used to work at that time.
Yeah.
So I've also never seen Friends.
Eh,
And I dated a gal
you're not a girl.
who like just marathon Friends over and over and over.
Yeah.
And she'd want to sit and watch. I'm like, no.
What shows do you marathon?
Do I marathon?
Yeah.
Nothing really. I mean, I'm a little Alzheimer's, so if I watch something, I can watch it again in about 3 weeks, and it's all brand new to me. But yeah, so I go to Amazon and Netflix and watch the 10 episode series. Like I just watched Jack Ryan, right? That was really good. Abstentia with the gal from Castle was really good. Pretty dark. The whole Missing from TNT. If you marathon certain shows,
Yeah.
they're great on TV, but when you marathon, you are suicidal when they're done.
Right.
I mean,
It's
because
too
they're
much.
just so dark. I
I
mean,
don't think
just
I've heard any
all
of
in a
those that
row.
you've mentioned.
It's because you have no taste.
I don't. I really don't. I don't think I do. You know how many times you know how many times I've seen The Sopranos start to
there you
finish?
go. Yeah.
Like 8.
Yeah.
And Breaking Bad, like easily 6 or 7.
So I finally pounded through Dexter. I watched
Recently?
No, this is probably about a year and a half ago. When I hurt my leg the first time,
Yeah.
I had plenty of time on my hands. So I pounded through Dexter, and then I watched Breaking Bad. So here's the deal: when your roommate watches marathon movies with you like this, and you do Breaking Bad, you leave, you come back. It's 2 episodes later,
Right.
and we're not going back. So I think I caught like 3/4 of it, but I got the gist of it, right?
Of Dexter?
Of both, yeah. Dexter, I watched all the way through myself.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Breaking Bad, I probably Sons of Anarchy. I saw about 3/4 of that.
That show's so funny. They're either in the clubhouse, in the hospital, or on the road.
And they're not spending a ton of money on sets on this one. Yeah.
No.
And what was it?
But that one has a good payoff at the end.
What's the gay vampire movie from Forks? What's that one? I forget what it's called. Twilight. Yeah. Good God, pull my teeth out. No. I'm watching this. Have to watch it.
Who made you watch this?
Kelly, my roommate.
Oh.
Yeah, she was a big fan. But it's just like she didn't make me watch it. I'm like, if we're in the room together and she's watching it, and I'm just, I'm on Lightroom doing my photos and stuff, and it's just on, and it's just like, this is what? I'm just like, who thought this up? I guess I'm not 16 enough.
Yeah, that was a complete waste. That Robert Pattinson guy is the new Batman.
Is he?
They're gonna make a movie called The Batman, it's a young one.
Oh, The Batman, unlike Batman.
Right.
Is there some sort of copyright infringement?
No, it's
skating
Batman.
Around?
Just it's a prequel.
I'm gonna start calling myself the Todd Hobert.
The T.
Actually, I wanted to change all my social media accounts to the real Todd Hobert, so people wanted to abscond my social media because I'm so important.
Right. You should do it anyway.
Well, so I finally got this little short plug here. Todd Hobert Photo is my Facebook and my Instagram, Todd Hobert Photo. And it took me like years to get that all on the same page.
Oh.
If I change it again, I'm never going to, because when you change it on Facebook, they penalize you.
Yeah.
You have to like go for so long and they won't change it right away. And,
so there's another Todd Hobert out there?
Oddly enough,
your cousin?
I'm friends with Todd Hobert from Boston because his mom keeps on instant messaging me. Nice. Who I love, and Dowd out there, you're great.
Have you?
But I'm always like, the wrong son. This is the wrong son. She tells me things I shouldn't know.
Like, so I'm assuming you've never met him.
I've never met him. I am back and forth a lot.
You were found completely by serendipity.
Yeah, because his mom kept on instant messaging me.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, and then there's a Todd Hobert who's this is only because we fight for web space.
Yeah.
He's a professor, I think, in Illinois. So when I had my nonprofit, when you'd Google me, you'd get a lot of stuff about Olympia politics and stuff because I used to run a nonprofit and I was there for like 5 years. And then he wrote a book and then he got the top billing.
Right.
And so we're just fighting back and forth.
So we talked a lot about pictures. Tell me what kind of pictures you do.
So the day my son moved out of my house was the day I bought my first digital camera. And probably 2 weekends later, I'm up at the UW Street Fair shooting bands.
So right from the get-go.
Yeah. It's like, now I'm going to do what I wanted to do.
It's like,
boy. So the wife's gone, the kid's gone,
It's Todd time.
Todd time, exactly. I
So
mean,
how long ago was that?
Zach's probably older than you are. He's 33.
Oh, no, I'm 40.
Oh, that's right. You told me you're 40.
But when did he leave the house?
Well, he seems older because he's more mature.
I'll take that.
He left, I think it was, he went through Votex school, so he's probably about 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then I went out and started shooting a couple bands.
Well, that's cool. You say he went to vocational school?
Yeah. Yeah. We shoehorned him through Renton High School. Trust me. Yeah. That was, so his mom and I are both, we had pretty good GPAs.
Yeah.
It was we're like, where did this demon seed come from? I'm just like, what I would tell any kid right now, if there's anybody out there, like if you're a senior in high school,
yeah,
be curious.
Right.
Be curious. Learn stuff. I've learned more about history outside of school than I ever learned in school.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I still did not use algebra today. once. I've never used algebra today. I've gotten through the whole day without it. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Have I ever?
And I'm a data engineer, and I still haven't used algebra today. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, but
I use fractions a lot.
we can. Oh, do you flip it over and then multiply?
If you multiply, yeah.
Yeah, it's all very confusing to me.
I use fractions, and then I develop my own film, so I have to know what to do the ratios.
Oh yeah.
Or like developer if it's stock or
Well,
1 to 2 or 1 to 3.
So I started
Or 3 to
photography.
1.
I started photography my senior year in high school. So we got a brand new school that year, a remodel, anyways, and they got a brand new darkroom.
Nice.
And for all you kids out there, that's where they used to develop film. and Carlos still does that because, well, he just hasn't found the 2000s yet.
No, I only own one. We mentioned this before. I only own one digital camera. Just one.
I shoot plenty of film, but I do the wet works and then I scan it in, do it in Photoshop after that. But so we got a brand new darkroom, and my art teacher's like, I don't know anything about photography. She handed me 2 books and said, "Have fun."
Have fun. Oh. Could it possibly have? Keep it going.
Oh, so the
Could
we
it
didn't know
have
anything.
possibly been this one?
No, it's the book I got. Who wrote that? Brian?
London, Upton, Stone, Cobray, and Brill.
No. This is.
I'm holding a photography textbook.
Trying to think of the guy's name. He's written like 1,000 books. His name's Brian something or other. It was about. It wasn't so much the photo taking. I bought the book. It's a trio set called by Ansel Adams, called The Print, The Negative, and The Camera. Oh, yeah.
This is my
book. Yeah, but that wasn't written when I was in high school. That was written 4 years ago.
Do you have this one though?
Yeah, I've taken his workshops.
Yeah.
Roberto,
You like him?
he's great at what he does.
Yeah, I'll badmouth him.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't like him.
Okay,
But at the same
is
time,
it because he has a sexy accent? And you
a little bit.
a little bit.
Like I wish that I could do
Because the
that.
guy looks like a freaking model.
I
and
bet
he plays
you-
classical guitar as well as an awesome
he looks
photographer.
like a dork, first of all.
Oh, okay. I think someone is a little jealous.
Is he good looking? I
Roberto
don't know.
Venezuela.
I
Look it
wouldn't
up.
say he's especially good looking.
No, he's just a good looking.
He's just average
Spanish
looking
man.
dude, but he does have the accent, which I cannot do.
I'm just
Although-
wondering if he has a Jersey accent in reality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure that's not real. He's hamming it up.
No. He
Oh,
lives in
I'm
LA.
sure it
Nobody
is.
in LA has that accent, right? East LA.
Is that where he's from?
I have no idea. He lives down in LA. That's all I know.
I had a boss. I was in sales, software sales for a super long time, and I had a boss who called me into a sales director who called me into his office, and he was asking me where I was from, and I'm like, Chicago. He's like, no, originally. Then I'm Mexico. And then he said, oh, and how long have you been in the United States? I was like, well, I was just born there, but I was raised in Mexico. Raised in Chicago. I've never really lived in Mexico. And then he's like, oh, he's like, okay. He's like, because I really don't hear that much of an accent. I said, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't have it.
I don't know what to say about that.
And then he goes, a lot of your customers may be more inclined to engage with you if you have an accent.
Can bosses even have that discussion with you anymore?
This was not that long ago, first of all.
It's like
This
I would
was
be
not
like,
that
I'm
long ago.
like, ching ching. How much would this lawsuit
But
get me?
so first I thought, this dude is insane.
Yeah, he
I
may be
didn't-
right though.
Yeah, I mean, if I could, I would do that accent.
I mean, I go on plenty sales meetings, right? I support a sales team. I'm the technical support for them, and
Yeah.
I see a lot of stuff go on.
I believe it. I
like-
believe it. At first, I was just. I never go to racism first. I don't go to the racism card because I just don't think that way. But I thought, it's a little weird that he's asking me this. But then a couple months later, my buddy who's Irish, like from Belfast, Irish,
Yeah.
he had the same conversation with them. He said, so it's like, do your customers appreciate, do they like your Irish accent? And my buddy was like, does he want me to dress up in a leprechaun suit and pass out gold chocolate coins?
Hey, trust me, in sales, if you're going to make your numbers, yes, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I want you to do. As long as you make your numbers.
I thought that's fine. I said, that's fine. I said, you should go in your leprechaun and I'll go in my mariachi.
No,
outfit.
maybe does he have? Could he fake a Spanish accent?
No.
Oh, yeah.
But, and then I do the Irish one.
Brogue, yeah, definitely.
You know, years so I wanted to start a podcast with him a long time ago. And
with your Irish friend?
Yeah.
Or your sales director.
My Irish friend. And I the name of it might be a tad bit offensive, but I wanted to name the show the Spick and Mick Show. Because I thought that was just so hilarious.
That sounds like the Wacky Morning Zoo Crew.
Yeah.
And WLTK.
So every now and then
North
still talk
Bend. In the mornings.
Here's Carlos and Peter O'Rourke with the Spick and Mick Show. So every now and then I'll tell him, I was like, dude, we could have had a podcasting empire if we had started when I told you, when I suggested it.
If you didn't have midget wrestling, I would never forgive you. Because if you're going to go full bore, you just go. You just go for it.
Yeah, then go full, like the way Howard did.
It's it.
Yeah, well, we didn't, and I'm starting it a little late, my podcasting empire.
Think where you could be.
Could have had that Corolla money. Do you listen to Adam Carolla?
Yeah. I remember, you ever listen to when he first started his podcast? He's like, I don't even know what this thing is.
Yeah.
Do people really do this? How do people make money doing this?
Right. He used to complain a lot about it costing him a lot.
Yeah. And now he just has his own like freaking radio studio, right?
Pretty much. He records like four of them.
You know who I'm obsessed with now? Norm Macdonald.
Man alive.
I love that guy. And I'm thinking the whole thing is a ruse. I have to admit, I think the whole thing is a ruse. His dumb, amiable dunce guy.
Yeah.
But you watch YouTube and you watch stuff that he did like back in the 2000s when he was on Saturday Night Live. He would just be arrested for some of the stuff he said.
It was so subtle though.
I know.
Which is the brilliance of him. Well,
that's it. He's amiable. So Bart Simpson, he's a cartoon. He can say anything because he's a cartoon. Norm, amiable dunce. He can say anything because he's a Midwestern amiable dunce.
I picked up the man alive from him. He says man alive a lot. Man alive. And
and crack whore.
Is that what he says too?
Because she's a crack whore.
Have you seen any of the Seinfeld's comedians in cars getting coffee?
That's a different show. I was gonna say, were you here earlier when we were talking about Seinfeld? No. I saw one or two.
They are very, very funny, and his show with Norm is pretty hilarious.
Oh yeah,
it is so. I think I've seen it 5 times because I just keep on going back to it because it's so hilarious. And then the one that Jerry does with the blonde from Saturday Night Live. What's her name? She played Hillary.
Oh yeah, I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in 4 years.
It's that one was really funny too.
If it isn't Tina Fey, I don't know who it is.
Yeah. What's her name? Well, anyway, you should. They're quick. They're like 20 minutes.
Well, they build that show right now for YouTube clips, right?
Pretty much.
It's like everything has to be like 6 minutes so we can throw it on YouTube.
Well, have you noticed that
the Tonight shows too? Same thing. Jimmy Fallon.
I'm so sick of these
Everything's like a video. Just if you don't have to watch the show, you can just your friends go, "Hey, did you see the SNL news?"
Yeah.
No, but I will in 3 minutes.
Because they're selling ads on YouTube. So those big companies like that, they are in charge of their own advertising. So YouTube doesn't provide them with ads. They go and sell their own ads, and then YouTube puts them on there. Yeah. But they're probably making millions and millions of bucks.
So why do you hate corporate profit, dude?
No, I hate all late night TV hosts.
You don't want to hate the rich. You want to be the rich. What are you talking about?
Well, I hate these particular rich people. Like I can't stand Colbert. I can't stand.
Well, he was funny when he was on Comedy Central.
I can't stand Seth Meyers.
Yeah, Seth is kind of bitter, and I'm like, dude, you were like nobody on Saturday Night Live. And the fact that you have this job, you should just fall on your knees and thank God.
Oh, I should tell you about this show. This has turned into a show about shows.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, fine me.
There's this show on PBS I don't know what
aren't
it's.
you hoity-toity?
This is a fantastic show.
I don't watch corporate TV.
I only watch TV that I support.
That's it.
And I get my 10 DVD travel through Europe with Rick
Steve's back.
Steves.
Does that come with free pot?
He loves his pot.
Just a joint stick in the book.
He loves his pot.
Yeah,
he was talking about that on.
So, anyways, you're watching PBS. I get
it. There's a show on PBS where they get famous people and then do an Ancestry.com on them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they bring them in, and
then just they grill them, like put the lights in their eyes. And
no, it's a nice show. Oh. But the dad from Modern Family, I don't know what his name is, but
Dad from Modern Family.
The dad from Modern
That's
Family.
IMDb him that way.
This was like the shocker where his great grandma was a slave. And well, supposedly for this show, he didn't know.
And he's Snow White.
Like no one in his family knew that this was there, and he was just so like, holy moly, it's like I have ties to this. But then of course I started thinking is all this reparation talk.
How much is he getting?
How much is he gonna get?
I'd do this thing and I'd be sitting there and they'd come out, they like, give me the warm and fuzzies, give me a back massage, and they go, and your grandmother is a whore. And I'm like, yeah. She learned it from her mom. Tell me something I don't know.
It was you should check. Oh, I don't know. I forgot what the show's called.
Yeah, Our Family Tree's a stump. I tell you what, yeah.
I don't think my dad even knows who his grandpa is.
Oh, I know his grandpa. My grandpa is my mom's eldest half brother. So there you go. Only in Oregon. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, Orting's a small town. It's hard to get out. In fact, when we were growing up,
there's no roads that lead out.
They go, Mom and Dad are like, we don't care who you date. We just want you to let us know who it is, just in case, because you never know where,
Fair enough.
Where Uncle Dave's been.
Fair enough.
I'm like, hey, as long as we got a warning, I don't want to have any Cyclops kids.
I think on my mom's side, I think the family's a little bit more put together because supposedly they can track it back to a Spanish family.
Oh, they need the proof for that? Have you looked in the mirror?
No, like a specific.
Oh, a very specific family.
A very specific Spanish family. But other than that, it's all Aztec. It's all Aztec where my family is from. You're
not gonna cut my heart out here after the show or anything, are you? I never thought I had to worry about that until now.
My heart extraction knife is dull.
Wait until you get in better shape.
Yeah. If I did it, I would want it to be swift.
Well, you'd run me down. I mean, have a cast on for crying out loud.
You'd catch me. What's wrong with your foot?
It doesn't work.
What happened to it?
So I want to go. Let's go back to. I'll make this quick because it's an old story. So 2 years ago,
not to the audience.
2 years ago, they don't even know me. 2 years ago, I was shooting a wrestling tournament because I shoot sports.
Right.
And I had heavyweight come off the mat and roll on my leg.
Oh.
And it injured.
Were you on the floor?
Yeah, I'm on the edge of the mat.
Shooting. So he stepped on your foot?
Yeah, I don't shoot from the stands. I'm not a gomer. I'm a pro, dude. Get down close. So anyways, yeah. So I've been hit by a few football players, and it happens.
So time. You were on your belly?
No, I'm not on my belly. Hell's bells. I'm not that good.
So how were you on the floor? Eventually.
I was just
like
kind of
Indian
sitting,
style.
Applesauce, crisscross applesauce style. Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
I thought you would shoot, but if you had gotten on your belly, you would have gotten lower.
I would have. Anyway, so he came off. He rolled on my leg, injured my leg.
Did he get hurt?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's in shape. I'm the fat one. So, anyways, I thought he pulled a calf muscle or something. He probably did.
Yeah.
And about 3 weeks later, I'm walking my dog, and all of a sudden, it's that classic. You hear the baseball bat hit the ball, and I snapped my Achilles.
So he had damaged it.
I think he might have injured it. I'm not going to blame him for it. But,
brisk walking the dog
brisk. I just stepped out of my house, literally.
Did the
And
rest
I'm
of the
face
damage?
planting in my yard, and my dog's like, "Let's go, let's go, let's go." And
Oh,
I'm like,
so is that what happens? You just fall over?
yeah. And the thing is, after that, I'm like, "Oh, that was weird." I got up, and my leg was tingling, but I walked into the house. It was not a big deal. And what I didn't realize is you can walk after you tear your Achilles. After you snap your Achilles. In fact, then all the pain goes away because there's
You
no
don't
pressure
feel
on it.
anything, yeah.
Yeah, all the pressure's relieved. Anyways, long story short, operation, got it done. By the way, I'm not shooting anything because I can't get around.
Yeah.
So I'm not shooting soccer. Everything's crazy.
So just at your desk.
I did shoot a soccer match from my knee scooter. I did. I mean, I had to get out of the house. I just had to do something, right? So that was in January, a couple years ago. July, I'm pushing myself around on the knee scooter, and my other Achilles goes.
I mean, yeah, I knew that both of them had been damaged, but simultaneously.
So this one actually got ripped away from the heel. It didn't snap in half. It got ripped off the heel.
So what caused the other one?
So you're gonna like this because maybe in your future. I go, wow, having both go out. I didn't say this like this happy, but I said, wow, both of them going out is kind of unusual, isn't it? And he goes, did you lift a lot when you were younger?
Yeah.
I go, yeah. And he goes, power lift? And I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, you damage them when you're young, and as you get older, they get more brittle. And he goes, most of the time I see this is people who do a lot of squats or do a lot of leg work.
Oh.
Yeah. So then that happened. Everything's kind of getting back to normal.
You're in a wheelchair.
No, I'm not in a wheelchair at that point. Because the other one was getting ready to go into PT. So I was walking on it. Just not. I didn't have any strength or anything in it. So next man up, right? So we switched the knee scooter over to the other leg and boom, boom, boom. Anyways, so we're kind of getting back to normal. I'm shooting a country music festival last June. And I cut my foot. It healed. But what we didn't realize that it healed with an infection in the heel. And so in October, got really super sick and went to the doctor, and he's like, emergency room, midnight operation, and my whole foot was infected.
So it's like, call the doctor.
Yeah. Well, I didn't call the doctor. I was just like, I was so nauseous that's kind of the reason I went in. And he knew immediately what it was.
But they called in a doctor to operate on you.
Yeah.
Did he come in like in a tuxedo, smelling of booze, like he was at some party or something?
And then charge me extra.
And it's like, I'm ready to operate.
I'm going to charge you for my date.
That'd be cool.
She was $1,500. What are you talking about? Anyway,
like your doctor comes in a tuxedo.
So last October, they cut a huge chunk of my foot out. Still not shooting, by the way. I shot some football before I hurt it.
Wait, so when was the Achilles injury?
So 2 years ago, the right leg, 2 years ago in January, and then 6 months later in July, the other one.
So a year and a half.
Yeah.
So you're okay.
Yeah, this is forever, dude.
So
this is just absolutely forever. So frustrating. And the frustrating thing about it is it's hard for me to shoot. I shot a triple door show with a snapped Achilles. And getting down is easy. Coming back up them steps is a bitch.
Yeah. That effort is on par with Tiger winning the U.S. Open with the broken foot.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. It's like, where is my medal ceremony? So, anyways, I think the most frustrating thing about it is I have such limited shooting right now.
Right.
So I'm shooting now. Because I have this cast on, I can start walking on it again. So basically from October to New Year's Day, I didn't leave my house. Oh, I left my house for Thanksgiving dinner.
So a lot of Uber Eats and...
Dude, I learned how to order all my groceries to my front door. And I don't live in Seattle. I live in Auburn. So, I mean, I'm surprised. I mean, we barely have cars, honestly. I mean, we don't have electricity.
Well, you share the road with buggies and...
That's it. Yeah. Amish Chevelles with 35-inch wheels on 12-inch jacks.
So you have not been fully healthy for
over 2 years.
From the knee down.
Yeah.
In a long time.
Yeah. And I'm 40 pounds up because I'm just so mobile.
So that
I drown my sorrows with Reese's peanut butter cups.
Hopefully this is the last one.
Well, the doctor says there's not much more they can work on. So this is pretty much it. Yeah.
Man, that must suck.
But they have high hopes. And I'm like, are we almost done? And she goes, yeah. So how long do you think? Oh, we're not going to. Oh, no, we're not going to. I go, for legal reasons, they're just not going to give me a date, I think.
Right. It's just whenever it happens.
I'm like, give me a date and wink, you know.
So you have a
winky smiley.
I should post the picture of your heel in the show notes.
Oh God, no. It's just disgusting.
I'll do it.
So just so you know, when they had the infection, they cut out a huge chunk of my heel.
Yeah.
Now, what I didn't realize is, like a good starfish, we can grow that stuff back.
Right. That's cool.
As long as they don't take tendons or ligaments and stuff out. If it's just like meat and fat,
yeah,
it grows back. Yeah, I was shocked, but it takes a while. It takes a long time. So the doctor says everything's great. You're ahead of schedule. Just be patient. And I'm like, yeah, my patience ran out a long time ago.
Right.
So I've shot a battle of the bands from my knee scooter.
Hey, you gotta. I mean, shoot with the Nikon. Why not shoot with the scooter?
Yeah. So because I can just stand, I've been shooting. For you guys who don't know, I shoot a lot of high school sports. I've been shooting soccer, which is normal this time of year, but I picked up lacrosse. I picked up shooting lacrosse.
I've been hearing more and more about lacrosse.
It is crazy, crazy fun. And I'm wearing my Premier Lacrosse League t-shirt today.
What is that?
So they're brand new league. If you follow lacrosse, and I know everybody does, there's an indoor lacrosse league. Professional indoor lacrosse. Like indoor soccer, right? They play in these hockey arenas. Well, this is going to be a full-blown, full-field lacrosse league. And I think they're starting out with 8 teams. But what's kind of cool, because they're brand new, what they're doing is they're traveling all 8 teams together, and they're going to cities for 2 days each, and you get to see all the teams in those 2 days. So you get to see the whole league play in those 2 days when it comes to your city. It's not coming to Seattle though, sadly.
So
I'm pretty excited about it. Plus, they just decimated the college coaching ranks. They pulled a bunch of people up to coach.
Lacrosse coaches?
Yeah.
Do you know any of the players?
No.
I know a trainer who trains a professional lacrosse player. His name is Eli Goberg.
So if you go to Europe, and I think even Canada, they have a much more robust lacrosse. But in the high school ranks here, a lot of schools haven't even had a lacrosse team for like 2 years yet. So the skill levels, interesting.
Oh no, he plays for Major League Lacrosse.
Major League Lacrosse, yep.
What is that?
It's another lacrosse league.
Here?
Full court.
Or nationwide?
Nationwide.
But Seattle has a team?
No. No, so we've got an arena team up, I think, in Everett at what used to be the Comcast or Xfinity Arena. I forget what they call it now.
So who does this dude play for?
I don't know. You tell me.
Bomber Sports, Denver. Oh, the Denver Outlaws.
Yeah.
Oh, he must live here, though, because he trains with this dude all the time. Interesting. 2 professional lacrosse organizations.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be the survival of the fittest, right?
Yeah.
It's all new. But if you go over to Europe, they have huge lacrosse leagues.
Really?
Yeah. It's not a new sport.
I thought they played...
You go to Indonesia, they have a highlight league, dude.
Well, they've had highlight leagues since the 50s.
I know, but if you're in America, you're like, what the hell is that?
They tried to make highlight popular here in the 60s.
Yeah, but you know what? We have football.
That's right.
We don't need highlight.
Do you want to know what sport I'm
We
into?
have options here.
That I've been following a lot the past 2 months. You're never going to guess it.
So I'm going to guess, hold it, synchronized gymnastics.
How
You
dare
love the ribbon.
How dare you? Oh, because of this guy? Well, you should see me in here.
Or are you all about the 6-inch rubber ball that they toss around?
How dare you? No, I've been diving headfirst into F1.
F1. So I had a British friend. He's moved back now, but he would make us stay up until like 2 to start the race at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that. I think we have some F1 here in the U.S. now.
One
back
race.
Back then it was all in Europe, right?
Yeah.
And so like we'd all be falling asleep, and he'd just be so gassed about the F1. It's like, dude, we're here to support you, but honestly, I just want to take a nap.
Well, I wake up right now. So last week, We're in the 5th or 6th race of the season. I'm saying where because I'm part of.
Because you're part of the team.
I'm part of it now. The European swing of it just started. It was the Eastern Europe. It starts off in Australia. That's the first. And then it moves to Eastern Europe for 3 or 4 weeks. And then, 3 or 4 races because they race twice a month. And then last week was the first European race in Barcelona in Spain. And this coming weekend is the Monaco Grand Prix, which is probably one of the more popular ones.
That's a crazy course because Monaco, you can drive around the island in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And so they zigzag across that thing.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's like a lot of the circuits are in the city. Some of them have a track for Grand Prix, but there are a lot of circuits that are in the city. But in November, they do the U.S. Grand Prix, and it's outside of Austin.
Awesome. I was thinking maybe Miami. That seems like an F1
kind of town
place, yeah. Right?
And I'm trying to talk Lori into going. It would be so cool to go. And then the one in Austin is a track. It's not a city circuit. So,
well, here's the deal about Austin, dude. Bottom line, food.
Yeah, I've never been to Austin.
What?
Nope. Just good old Dallas, Houston, and Harlingen.
I'm not gonna bitch about Houston right now, but it's a fucking hot box.
It's
so
it
humid,
smells like
dude.
oil.
It's like having a sauna everywhere.
Houston?
Yeah. Unless you're right on the water, it's just, oh my God.
Oh, I've been to worse places.
Miami's
worse. Close. Miami's unbearable.
Yeah, but I mean, there's benefits of Miami.
That's true. Even Chicago is horrible.
So I lived in Chicago.
It's horrible in the summer.
It's horrible. Well, yeah, it gets pretty damn hot in the summer, but we went like 90 days where it didn't get above freezing. I mean, the winters are just bare. And my dad lives in Green Bay, so he's like, "Oh, you're a pussy." I'm like, I go, you know why? We don't live in the deserts and we don't live on glaciers because we have other parts of the country to live in. And I say
that's why I love it here.
I say that because I live here, right?
Oh,
it's like, but I don't want everybody to move here. It's like, get the hell out of my state.
Especially, we should close our southern border. No one from California.
Between here and Oregon?
Yeah.
You talk about building a new bridge. That'd be a great place just to put in a toll.
Exactly.
All the cheap asses wouldn't come over the bridge now.
And you have to pay more if you have an Oregon or California plates. That's right. Get them out of here. No, I'm a total wuss now when it comes to weather. If it's above 75, I'm complaining.
Dude, I doesn't even need to be that high. So 68 and drizzle.
It's perfect.
You'd bike in that. I'd kayak in that.
Heck yeah.
That'd be perfect, right?
I want to wear shorts and a hoodie.
Yeah. So this is the funny. So let's go just drop back a few seconds to Creative Live. So Creative Live, for people who don't know, it's an online educational channel.
Yeah.
We used to get people from all across the country to be in our audience.
Right.
And people would come in and let's say there was this one guy I really liked, and he was here for early August, late July class, and he brought his wife. They're on kind of vacation while he's here. The class is 3 days. They're going to stay for a week.
So he made a vacation out of being out of Creative Live.
Yeah, because you got to write it off, right? So I go, where's your wife? She goes, oh, she's house hunting.
Yeah.
Oh. And she was up in the mountains the day before. I go, what's she doing there? She's house hunting. I go, oh, looking for a house? And she goes, she loves it here.
Nice.
I go, come back in January and tell me about it. Because if you're from Texas, 18 months max. That's all you're gonna get, and then you're like, let's go home.
Yeah, I don't mind the cloudiness, but if you do come from a place that's super mega sunny all the time, it's a tough transition.
But it's like, oh, it's raining. I'm like, it's raining, but it's not raining.
No.
It's like, I'm not going to pull out an umbrella, for Christ's sake.
We don't get that many inches. It just drizzles all the time.
Well, that's it. So it's like, I wear a quick dry t-shirt and shorts, and it's raining. Guess what? I'm dry in 5 minutes. With you and all your layers, you're going to be like a sponge all day long. It's like, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's like, get over it.
Yeah, I love it here. It's perfect. From the first time I got off of that plane, I knew I was going to be here. That was 18 years ago.
Well, yeah, but you had escaped prison at that point, so anything was going to be good, right?
I hitchhiked here.
At least you didn't have to register in the state.
Oh my goodness. Not that trip, no.
Yeah.
Subsequently.
It was either this, you're going to be cornholed in a Tijuana prison.
That's right. That's right.
So Little Rain doesn't seem so bad, does it?
I won't complain. It could be worse. So what shows do you have coming up next?
So this week is all consuming. I got semifinal lacrosse on Wednesday. Two of my teams made semis, and I can't be in both places at once, so it's a heartbreak.
Let me do one.
You can do
No, I hate lacrosse.
dude,
Is it girls lacrosse?
I'm just here's the deal. So there aren't enough, unlike football in any given state, everybody has a league and everybody has a football team or everybody has a basketball team or girls volleyball or whatever, right? There isn't enough lacrosse teams to fill out. Like in South Puget Sound League, there's only, for AA, there's only 2 teams.
So then why do they have a league?
They don't.
Oh.
So all the lacrosse teams are school clubs.
Oh.
And so what they do is like triple A's are playing single A's or playing 3A. They're just playing, right?
Yeah.
And then now they're narrowing it down to single A, double A is one league in this area. So Ording is playing Vashon on Wednesday. Ording's where I'm from. They're my buds. They're my homies. And then Juanita, who are animals, absolute animals,
Yeah.
are playing Mercer Island, and I want to see those rich bitches cry on Mercer Island. They're just going to get their handed to them. I feel it. And then next Saturday, all of the state competitions are at Starfire.
Where's that? What is that?
That's in Tukwila, where the Sounders work out. That's their practice fields.
Oh.
But there's like a 5,500 seat stadium there, where the Sounders Reserve League used to play. Now they're down in Tacoma, renamed the Defiance. Makes it tougher, I guess. I don't know, but
Or they're rebels.
so anyways, yeah. So then all of the leagues are going to play for the state finals. So 4A, triple A, single A, double A, and I think there's a whole private school league. So O'Day, Seattle Prep, Eastside Christian.
Do they play the public schools?
They do during the season, but their finals are just
them.
Yeah, just richy bitchy schools.
That's a lot of lacrosse. Interesting. I just learned something.
Yeah. So Gonzaga Prep too.
But you shoot mostly the Ording.
Well, I shoot Ording, but the thing is, there's so many games, and it's not like everything's on Wednesdays and Thursdays. You can almost, during the middle of the season, you can almost go to a game every day. And so I'm looking at, so my attack on this is I want to shoot Ording. They're my primary school, but Juanita's, they're animals. Can I catch a couple games? Oh yeah, they're playing down south where I live. Yeah, I can go to Stadium High School in Tacoma and watch that game and shoot that game. No, I just, here's what you do. Here's the secret about shooting. Well, concerts are a little different now because they kind of vet you in a lot of places. But you carry your camera, you act like you belong, you don't be an idiot.
Right.
And you shoot. And I walk on any high school field and they never blink at me twice. And if you really have
white privilege.
So I'm just flaunting my white privilege. Did I tell you we never ate in restaurants ever? No, it's just I've shot parades that way too. I told my son, grab the camera. Here's my work badge. Wear it and act like you belong.
Like your work?
Yeah, my work badge.
I've never.
We shot a whole parade that way.
But by a parade means like getting in there in between.
In the middle. So I was. Don't you get me going on parades? I love parades. I was a drum major for 2 years. So I literally will march down the middle of bands, no matter what they're doing. I am not going to bump into anybody. Nobody's going to hit me with their horn. I can do it backwards, forwards, sideways. It's a bizarre skill set that you have.
Hey,
and I use it. And I've changed from my music skill set to my photography skill set.
It's like navigating through laser beams for an alarm system.
It is. It can be a little dicey. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if I could do that.
Just grab your camera, put on your work badge, and pretend like you belong.
Put one of these.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, now I have so many badges from different concerts and different festivals and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I have an array.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I'm not set up to shoot anything other than portraits. I don't have any zoom lenses.
Yeah, it would be hard
Without
a zoom. Yeah.
The longest lens I have is 75 for a micro four thirds, so that's 150.
That's a lot of math going on there.
It is.
The fact that you have a micro four thirds camera, just I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that.
Really? Are you hating on the micro four thirds?
They make full frame cameras now, you know that, and they're affordable.
Yeah, they do.
So
I like my
G5.
G5.
When are you going mirrorless?
I am mirrorless.
The G5 is mirrorless?
Yeah.
Is it because they couldn't afford to put one in there? Or?
No, because I have that awesome, what do you call it? EVA.
Don't say Lumix and awesome in the same sentence.
What could you possibly dislike about my G5?
The awesome array of lenses that are available, the fact that you can borrow lenses from your buddies who shoot your G5.
I can use Olympus or Panasonic.
And they fit natively?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything micro four thirds is interchangeable.
What's the most awesome Olympus lens I can think of?
My 75 is the sharpest thing you'll ever see.
But I can't use it, dude. I got to have the Holy Trinity. I have to have the 14 to 24, 24 to 70, 70 to 200. And then I have a 300 that I shoot field sports with. And here's the deal. So I rented the other day.
Yeah.
Because I had like four matches one weekend. I rented the Nikon 200 to 400 f4.
That's a big beast of a lens, isn't it?
It's still lighter than my 300 because my 300's circa 1987 or something like that.
Wow.
It's all metal, but it's all in a monopod. So I mean, in retrospect, it's not that heavy.
That must be hard using that one and scooting around with your.
No. So I just pretty much when I shoot field sports this year, anyways, I've shot basically between the 20s on either side.
Yeah.
And I'm learning lacrosse. I don't really want to stand in the kill zone, like you would in soccer, like just off to the baseline,
Right.
one side or the other, because like hockey, they come around the back of the net.
Yeah.
And they're not really awesome at ball handling at this point in their careers. And I got hit by a couple balls just in practice, and I'm like, that stings.
Oh.
I wouldn't want a full force ball flung at my head. No.
Well, I mean.
I just need another reason to go to the hospital.
Yeah, that's.
My luck is running pretty thin at this point.
The lower half of your body has taken enough hit.
It's
time for some head damage.
I just need a minor brain injury. That's all I need.
I'm gonna tell Levi you are bad mouthing the micro four thirds.
Oh, Levi kills me.
I was shooting with the G8
that guy's
for a really
got more
long
talent
time.
in his forefinger than I'll ever have. You kidding me?
That dude has tons on Linda,
and he still hasn't shot me doing my pose, my finger pose. So
no, you haven't.
No,
he shot me, but he never includes me in anything when he's trying to promote it.
Well, dude, because you're ugly.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, don't forget that. I'm glad that when you finally got down to the ugly and unentertaining.
Yeah,
you called me. That was nice. Now you guys can't see this because again, it's a podcast. But I was like super nervous about this, and Carlos goes, "Just think of the audience in their underwear."
That's right.
And I go, tried true advice. But I didn't realize that he was going to do the whole interview in his tighty whities. And I think that's sweet.
No, it's a thong.
Oh, I didn't see you stand up. Just back away from the mic.
As we were talking about spinning, it's a thong. I have a little saddle soreness.
I'm not even going to be able to sleep tonight.
You can tell.
Thinking that shit.
I have a special cream called Saddle Sore Cream.
Just let me rub it on for you.
If you don't mind.
I kind of do.
What's your dream camera?
My dream camera?
Don't say Nikon either. Don't say
no,
I'm
a
living the
Sony.
dream. That's not your dream camera.
Yeah, I mean, I don't shoot I mean, I could tell
yeah,
you
you're
it's
right.
a Hazy or phase 1,
No, they're too slow.
but that's not what I shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was in my studio, phase 1 would be awesome. But I mean, a Sony AR7 III be nice with an array of lenses.
I was thinking when I got the
Do
G5.
we have a bathroom above us here?
We do.
Every once in a while, I hear like the rushing of a waterfall.
It is.
It's like somebody's up there
The
flushing.
studio has exposed pipes.
You have a awesome little place here.
Good thing it's smell proof.
Well, it's nice that you came in and you moved all the mop buckets and everything out before we got here.
You know, it's comfort first for the guests.
That's it.
Comfort first.
You put cushions on your 5-gallon buckets.
That's
when
right.
you overturn them. That's nice.
I almost went with the Sony bodies. But then as I was watching
Is it because they have too many lenses? Because their auto eye detect is too good?
No, it was because
Their ISO
Yeah.
performance is so awesome?
Yeah, it was for
That's the
that.
problem. That's what drove you away. You don't want to be too good.
No, the video on Sony cameras, I didn't like the color.
That's when you get your throwaway cameras and you shoot video with other cameras. Not
Well,
the
no,
one-
I shoot mostly video
Why is that?
because that's who
I should do
hires
that.
me to do.
I should do that. People might hire me and pay me money.
I get paid for more video than I do for pictures.
Yeah. Do you drone? Speaking of video, people are asking me all the time.
Really?
Yeah. Did you drone?
Yeah,
It's like
I'm licensed.
I'm shooting you indoors at a nightclub. Why would I drone? What do you want from me?
Well, that would be illegal.
Slightly.
Yeah, I have a.
No,
I'm-
you got your captain's license, right? Your
Yeah.
pilot's license.
yeah, I'm drone certified. Legit.
I'm drunk certified, but not so legit. There's
although,
no paperwork on that.
although last year I was flying the drone in Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and I was getting
Hence your
these-
Tijuana experience.
Yeah, and I was getting some cool shots of starting on the beach, flying really, really low, and then just going out into the ocean. And then I did that, so I went forward, and then I just hit reverse, and it came right back.
Mhm.
So it tilts up, and then it comes flying back. And then as soon as it got close to me, I went forward I went forward, and it tilted back the other way and started going forward. And then I just saw the battery fall out, followed closely by
That's not good.
the drone. It landed in about 5 feet of water.
Oh,
Forget it. It was toast. I haven't bought a new one, but I'm still certified. I'm looking on Craigslist to see if I can get a cheap Phantom 4 Pro.
I just want like a Mac Via. They're so convenient.
Which
And
one?
They're not good in wind. Well, they're about. Wow.
Oh,
Let's calm down. They're enough drinking. They're about the size of a burrito.
the Mavics.
Yeah, they're about the size of a burrito.
Yeah, but the thing is that the video quality is not great. They have a the new one, the Mavic Pro 2. They have a 1-inch sensor and a Hasselblad lens, which I think it's still just a Sony lens that they slapped Hasselblad on there. But it just doesn't have the bit rate. It doesn't have the quality that the big one does.
So, what's the bit rate on your waterlogged one?
0.
There you go.
Right, but I'm
My
not going to
point
spend
exactly.
I'm not going to spend $2,000 on that.
You're not going to
Mavic.
spend $2,000 on one anyways. It's only going to be like $1,100.
No.
I say only like I get $1,100.
No, the Mavic Pro 2 is about 2,000.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, once you get the kit, right? Because you need a couple batteries and a couple.
Yeah. You're
propellers
right.
and
When you
all
get
that
everything
stuff.
in, yeah.
It's about 2,000. The rumors
How much
are.
does it cost to buy batteries that don't fall out?
I would pay more.
It will
actually.
get off the ground because I have so much duct tape on it.
I would pay more.
What if that little lock on that door that holds the battery in? It's like
You know,
another $200.
Would you believe that I was slightly buzzed when I started flying that?
It would not shock me at all.
I was a few margaritas in.
Why would you even be in Mexico if you weren't?
Exactly. It's like I have margarita IV.
Yeah, margaritas and beach tacos.
That's right. And man, I was
All of questionable sanitary conditions.
I was so sad. But I haven't bothered getting a new one yet because supposedly they're going to come out with the Phantom 5.
That's the reason I'm not upgrading my iPhone, because eventually they're going to upgrade.
Well, the Phantom 4 has been out for about 2 years now. They haven't upgraded their their Phantom series.
So
But
they're due.
they're due in November. Supposedly to come out with the 5. Although again, the rumor mill says that it's going to have interchangeable lenses, but it's like I don't want to. I mean, if you wanted interchangeable lenses, then you would get the.
Well, why don't you
Aspire.
why don't you just go with the gimbal and a GoPro? Just get the gimbal model.
They don't sell theirs anymore.
Don't they?
No, they almost went out of business because of the failure of that thing.
So now they're just going, we're going to build our own and charge you up the oomph with it.
No, it's not available.
Well,
I don't think so.
We're going to build in our own cameras. That's what they're doing now, right?
With who?
DJI.
Yeah. Well, they've always had their
Yeah,
own.
but they always had the other model as well. I didn't know they discontinued that.
No. So
maybe the GoPros are falling off like the
no,
batteries.
GoPro had their own drone.
Yeah. Oh, no, I've never seen that. No.
Yeah. GoPro had their own drone maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And those literally would fall out of the air all the time. And it was because the plastic latch that holds the battery in place was very faulty and any vibration. So they scrapped the whole thing.
Yeah, you don't see that in their promo.
No. If you go to YouTube and look at GoPro drones, there's just a bunch of videos of them just falling out of the
Like ducks being shot out of the sky.
Yeah.
Don't.
But DJI, their cameras have always been mounted onto the gimbal. You can't take them out.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm saving my pennies for hopefully getting a new one. And although it'll be right about the time where I have to renew my pilot license. It was hard.
Was it?
Yeah, like
But you can fly in places other people can't fly, though.
Yeah,
So that's the benefit.
right.
So I mean, in Seattle,
And I can get paid.
in Seattle here, there's probably no place in Metro Seattle you can fly.
Well, I legally.
That's what I'm speaking about. Yeah.
Well, no, you can.
If you
You
work for
can.
Amazon, apparently you can crash it into the Space Needle. But
No, you can. You can fly in the city.
so
You
if
just have to let them know.
So if a festival, if you have a pilot's license, a festival wants you to do overflight, where normally you cannot fly a drone above crowds, could you then do that?
I can,
Okay. So it does. There's a benefit.
and you have to let them know.
Yeah, there's a benefit. Well, I would assume the festival would hire you
Yeah.
at that point, right?
Did you see the documentary "Seattle is Dying" from Como?
Oh yeah. Was
Did
that you?
Did you notice the drone footage that they were using?
Were you third heroin addict from the left?
It was horrible.
I know.
It was so gross.
It's.
The piloting. One of the things that I really, really worked on when I was flying my drone.
I think you missed the point of that documentary.
I know.
You were so distracted.
It's like production value. Come on now. You guys are a Peabody Award winning news outfit and you have this horrible production value for this. It's like whoever was flying that drone, she would.
Why would you assume it was?
Because it was.
Okay.
She would.
So shit all over it. Go ahead.
She would fly straight, then stop, and then just do a quick pan and then keep on going. And that sudden jerk
Gives you whiplash.
then it's so unpleasing to look at. It's
Well, the thing is, you can edit through that, right?
they did it though. It was what actually
Just raw footage.
It was just raw footage. And I practiced a ton how to do nice pans, when you're flying. And then of course you only use the section that looks the best.
You gotta get that B-roll.
Right. I miss my drone. I flew it everywhere. I flew it in Venice, Italy.
Yeah, it misses you too. I just wonder why you wouldn't come in the water and get it.
Yeah.
It's like
It
help
drowned.
me.
I flew it
That's
in
why you
Italy.
can't have kids.
I flew it in Slovenia. I flew it in Mexico. I flew it in Chicago.
Why? What day did you wake up and you go, you know what, Lori, we should go to Slovenia?
No, I went for work.
Oh, okay.
I worked for a company that was based out of Slovenia, and it was our yearly conference.
Did you work for the mom?
I went twice. No, I worked for this dopey software company. That the U.S. part of it was just like a distribution branch at one point.
Mm-hmm.
But the main company is based out of Ljubljana, Slovenia. So the last time I was there, which was 2 Februaries ago, after our conference, my coworker said, "Let's go to Italy." So she rented a car and
Drove to Italy.
I drove from there, which was nice. It was a nice drive along the Alps. It was pretty cool. And then we stayed in Venice for about 22 hours and then drove back. And then flew back home.
You know, now that you have to, you can't just go into Venice anymore.
You can't?
There's like a certain number of people that they'll allow in
Interesting.
on a daily basis.
You know,
apparently it doesn't smell like shit enough. They're trying to get rid of that.
Well, it smelled like crap because of the water.
I know. Just want to jump in and take a dip.
It was disgusting.
Yeah.
It was very, very disgusting.
That's the beauty of still pictures, by the way. It's not smell-o-vision.
You don't smell it. It's like, yeah, the pictures that I took, I didn't even take my real camera. Well, no, yeah, I did, but I was vlogging. I made a vlog of it. I didn't take pictures of it. But it was like, oh, that looks so nice. I'm like, yeah, but I have my nose plugged the whole entire time because that was gross.
I'm fighting back the vomit.
It was pretty gnarly.
Oh, the memories.
Oh,
Loved Venice.
you got any trips coming up?
No, dude, I don't leave the zip code. Are you kidding?
Why?
I'm a staycation kind of guy.
Really?
No, I haven't. I have not had.
When was the last time you left the state?
A month ago.
Where'd you go?
Portland.
To do what?
To go to Blue Star Donuts. Does that count? No, I got friends down there.
So you just went to chill?
We did go to Blue Star Donuts.
I think I've been there. That was good.
Yeah, don't go to Voodoo Donuts. I hate to piss on their parade, but
Well, Guy Fieri.
Those things are just nasty. I mean, they're like way old. You get the cereal top donuts, and the cereal's like the box has been open for 3 years, and there's almost down to the bottom of the Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
We'll sell 10 more donuts and we'll be done. It's just it's a tourist. It's just lines upon lines, and oh my god. Blue Star, get there by 10:45. They sell out. They're done. They're like, yeah, we're done.
Go home.
Yeah. So I was shooting a wedding, Paul Schwartz's wedding, and they forgoed the cake for a donut bar.
Ooh.
From Blue Star. So forget your stupid.
So they catered the wedding.
Yeah. So
the dessert part.
Exactly. So forget your stupid cupcake trees, all that hoo-ha. Everybody tries to be unique. Donut bar. Here's the deal. If you have cake, you're like putting cake in people's pockets as they're walking out the door. So you can get rid of it. There wasn't one scrap of donut left.
That's interesting.
And there was a lot of donuts. I mean, it was like, boom, there you go.
I can put down some donuts.
And I was shooting, and I didn't get any, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm walking out, and Paul just hands me a white bag, and it's got 4 fritters in it. And I'm like, dude, you are a god.
Did you eat them?
Yes.
Then you checked your blood sugar.
Do I look like I would turn them down? I mean, holy moly, yeah.
I don't remember when was the last time I
didn't
had
sleep
a
for 3
donut.
days. My blood sugar was so high. I was just like, zing.
Fritters are good. Fritters are my mom's favorite too.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah. And sometimes if they're really nice, you'll find a raisin or two in them and like that too.
Ideally, I need about 4 glasses of milk. I could put down a dozen donuts.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
It cuts the sugar.
I've been drinking almond milk.
No. Stop
lately.
You're so city.
You know what I've noticed about almond milk? If you put cookies in almond milk, it doesn't absorb into the cookie, unlike milk does.
So what's the point?
Well, this is educating. I'm educating the audience. If you are trying to avoid dairy but still love dunking cookies in milk,
that's not your answer. That's not your answer.
Some weird stuff happens when I eat dairy, when I drink milk.
I don't want to hear about it.
It's not super gross.
Bowel movements on the radio are gross.
No, it's not a bowel movement. I get full on boils on my neck.
Oh, that's even better than diarrhea.
Like huge
goiters.
Yeah.
Nice.
Where you can squeeze them and pus will fly out at a very, very high velocity. But if I drink milk, I get them.
So maybe milk is not your friend.
No, so that's why I do the almond
But you
milk.
love it, right?
I do.
Yeah.
But I mean, with sugary snacks.
So here's the deal, though.
Like
so I grew up in a dairy community.
Yeah.
no one was lactose intolerant in that community.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's first world problems.
But it was because, what we do is it's like they go, well, you're not supposed to give babies peanuts because they may have an allergic reaction.
Sure.
Next thing you know, they're 22 years old and have never had a peanut. Yeah, they're going to be allergic to it. It's like, eat some dirt. Get into it. Get all about it. Build up some immunities.
Yeah, like lick a lot of stuff you're not supposed to.
So Adam Carolla had this line. He goes, you know who doesn't have food allergies? Starving people.
Yes.
No food allergies.
They don't.
They don't.
But understood. Completely accept that. It is still strange, though, that I drink milk and I get all of these.
But can you eat cheese?
Yeah.
Because, I made cheese for 10 years, right? I was a cheesemaker. Because I've had storied life. So here's the deal. We may have to take this to another show some other day. But the part... Well, you're talking about pus and goiter, so I can do whatever I want.
Well, we're gonna post your picture of the picture of your heel.
No, you're not gonna post my heel. So
I have a picture.
I give sympathy letters from people. I'd like to get a date sometime before I die.
Start
so
a
don't do
GoFundMe.
that. None of my pictures are public. So so when a baby drinks milk, you've seen babies. You don't have one, but you've seen them. And then like 5 minutes later, they kind of regurgitate,
throw it up,
and looks like cottage cheese.
Yeah,
it's because they have something in their stomach that's half digesting it. It's called rennet.
Okay,
it's in their stomach lining, and it almost looks like cottage cheese because it kind of is.
It curdles it a bit.
It curdles it.
Yeah.
So when you get older, you lose that, or some people lose a lot of it, and
right.
Hence lactose intolerant, right? But if you eat cheeses and yogurts and that sort of thing, it's actually in that product.
Right.
Probiotics are in that product, things that help you digest it. So a lot of people can be allergic to milk.
Yeah.
But totally fine with cheeses, yogurts. And,
yeah. I'm fine. I eat cheese every day.
And Lactaid is nothing but a pill of that enzyme.
Okay.
That's all it is. So you pop it in, drink some milk, and you digest it.
Oh.
Just a little, throw some cheese knowledge your way.
There we go.
Yeah.
So then I could enjoy my milk and cookies again.
Well, I don't know.
Without getting boils.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'd sure test it out.
What I read,
if you're gonna be eating 4 fritters, you're gonna need some milk.
What I read was that certain people can't digest the hormones that are naturally in milk, and that
there's no natural hormones in milk,
and that's what's coming. That's what's clogging up your pores. It's something in the milk.
No, so any milk that goes through any commercial milkery, in Washington State, Dairy Gold, Lucerne, any Fred Meyer, for instance. Every vat is tested before it's even brought into the facility, and if it tests with hormones, or antibiotics or anything, it's rejected.
Interesting.
I've rejected many loads.
Huh. So I wonder what it is. Is it just the lactose?
Well, it could be. I mean, there could be another enzyme in there that you're specifically allergic to.
It might be.
I'm not your doctor
Because I've done
for legal reasons.
I've done multiple tests. It's like
Have you done it on a Wednesday? Because you haven't done all the tests then, have you? Don't do a shoddy job here.
I've done
work it through.
Drink a lot of milk, get the boils. Don't drink milk.
Maybe it's the cookies.
No, because I can eat cookies with the almond milk.
Oh, okay.
And it's not fine. I just hate the fact that cookies don't absorb almond milk. So now what I've been doing is actually just doing it in coffee.
So, I mean, the thought that you just don't, that it's almond milk is enough to make me break out.
It's okay. It's just sugared water.
Well, the thing is, someone sued because their almond milk, whatever brand it was, Diamond, I think, was 98% water.
Yeah.
It's like, well, milk is like 98% water as well. So
like,
there you go.
They're not milking the almond tree?
Exactly.
Inconceivable.
Yeah. So milk is like 98% water as well. So there you go.
I need to
sue the cow.
Milk is good. I mean, not milk. Coffee, like dunking cookies and coffee is.
Yeah, so I grew up in a house where it was like Folgers Instant Black.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hate coffee. And then all of a sudden I grew up and I go, I like this coffee.
Which one?
Anyone that's not
other
Folgers
than
Instant.
Folgers?
Folgers Instant. So it's like,
is it that bad?
So mom's like, she's going around and she's looking at the K cups. So I'm shopping, with her. She's got to get some stuff to break into the commissary at the senior prison. And she's looking at the K cups. They have Folgers coffee in K cups. I like, are you serious? Who would spend an extra dime on that crap?
I'm not picky on coffee.
Oh, I gotta be.
So
I drink Americanos, so.
fancy.
Well, no, it's just water and espresso.
Do you make it or do you
Espresso.
buy it? Are
I
you a
bought it,
Starbucks dude?
No, I don't have like a whole freaking machine at my house. No. I have a coffee machine that my roommate uses. I couldn't even begin to tell you how to make a pot of coffee.
We just use that put a pod in the thing.
Oh yeah, there you go. I could do that.
That's fine.
That's fancy.
I'm not particularly picky about it. I do know that I like a good French press. I can tell I had my buddy Dan was a coffee salesman, and he would give us coffee
Was
samples.
he in Bulgaria?
No, he worked for
an American based coffee salesman.
Mark.
Amark, yeah. They're a fine food supplier.
Yeah, he was their coffee
Dude.
Their coffee dude.
Put that on your business card.
The coffee. Ooh, that wouldn't be cool. That wouldn't be bad. I had all these ideas to help people market their stuff. How come I can't market my own stuff? I had a hour and a half conversation with my Cutco knife guy a month ago.
You have a Cutco knife.
Heck
guy,
yeah,
which is
I
pretty
do.
Awesome.
I've known him for a super long time, for years and years. Dude, you get Cutco knives, they'll come to your house and sharpen them for free.
Yeah.
I mean, he tries to sell you something too, but still free.
You think it is a sales job, honestly.
And this guy wears a Rolex, first of all. And he's always, every time he comes over, he tells me this new trip that he won for blasting a sales quota from Cutco. So he's been all over. So I was talking to him about marketing, and I was like, I had all of these ideas. So supposedly he's, let's see, at the end of June, his trade show season is going to be winding down. So he's going to want to talk some marketing for his knives. But I'm like, dude, you can make like 1-minute videos on how to sharpen a knife, or how, like, a new knife, or this knife is for this, and just do a whole library of these quick videos.
So stop. You had me at knife season. The season's winding down. Like there's a knife season.
Well, there's a trade show season. Yeah.
Oh, is there?
Like the home show and
okay.
The Puyallup Fair.
He has to wait for the Western Washington Fair, please. Washington State Fair.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know what the hell
that.
they're calling it. The Puyallup. It's the only reason
Whatever.
anybody knows how to say Puyallup, by the way.
Yeah.
Except my mom, Puyallup. Like, Mom, you lived there your whole life. Crying
And
out
it's
loud.
Puyallup,
Puyallup, yeah.
but it's Puyallup, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Pew is in the church pew. Up. Puyallup.
Neil Simon.
You're killing me. She also says Mazda when she talks about the cars.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think that's the proper pronunciation.
It's not Mazda, really?
I don't think so.
They're not around anymore. Rotary engines, that's the only thing I remember.
They're
about
making a
Mazdas.
new one.
Yeah?
They're
One
finally,
new car?
They're finally updating the rotary engine to put into the new RX-7.
Lawnmower.
No, an RX-7. The new Fast and Furious car.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah. So yeah, he has a trade
Marketing.
show season where just in one city and another.
Yeah, they take the hot summer off.
That's
No one wants to be in an exhibition hall. God forbid you'd be wandering through the Walmoo Theater while there was sun out.
So do you ever go to any of those?
I go to the home shows. I go to boat shows.
So if you go to the home show, look for the Cutco booth,
Oh, I know who they are.
and it's
I'm a
my
restaurant- I'm a
buddy
restaurant guy.
Joffrey.
Joffrey.
He has
I would
long
remember
hair.
that, right?
He has a very distinctive laugh.
So you haven't been to a trade show until you take your senior mom and her blue-haired friends to the Puyallup or the Christmas Victorian Christmas at the Puyallup Fairgrounds.
What do they
That-
sell there?
That is a waiting room in hell. I'm here to tell you.
What do they sell?
Lots of quilted things.
Okay.
Lots of things with spray snow on them. And
Porcelain.
then for no particular reason, just, like black neon light posters. Just,
Cool.
Just,
Like
you're
a marijuana
It's
leaves?
like, why are you here again? Nah, because, it's not, it's their off season. So
Just got to fill it
they
with
got to
something.
fill in the dates. But the
But that's a
benefit,
nice trip for you.
but the benefit is Fisher scones.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I give the listeners like the best drop of knowledge they'll ever need.
Go for it.
Puyallup Farmers Market has a Fisher Scones food truck. You can get fair scones all summer long.
I've put away many scones in my day.
I know. A few.
Like Lori was addicted to making them.
But they're not the same, dude.
Close.
They're close.
Give props to the wife for coming.
You don't have to
super
drive
close.
very far, which is nice. But so in my high school, we're 15 miles from Puyallup, and you can get like time off at school to go work at the fair, and a lot of people would work at the scone.
Ooh, very
place.
cool.
Yeah. And then they go, I'll never eat another scone in my life. And then you go to the farmer's market, they're 35 fat and pounding them down. They're friggin' kibble. It's only 2 dozen.
Oh man, so far you are horrible. You're making me think of donuts. You're making me think of scones.
It just reeks of
Fritters.
diabetes in here, doesn't it?
And I can't have any of it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Todd.
Yeah. We'll come back next time
Anything
to talk
you
about
want?
photography.
We were supposed to.
Whatever. Had a good time.
Just tell me what your settings are, and I'll just write them down.
What's your favorite f-stop?
What's your
2.8. What's your favorite ISO? 3200.
See, that's the thing. I can't.
So here's the deal. So if we'd have talked about music, I want to talk about music in Seattle, but I probably would have shat on a few locations in this town, and I would be like cutting my business in half. But maybe
Well,
we can do that later.
Thank you for
I'm happy to
thinking
chat on
that
them.
the audience is that wide.
Yep.
It will be.
Well, so it's your wife, right? She's listening.
Right.
And
Well, just because
does your mom listen?
she has to.
Oh, you force her to edit it.
No, because she's literally within earshot.
Is it playing on the speakers in your living room?
Yeah. She's probably telling me to just shut up already so she can enjoy her show.
That's it. Her stories.
Yeah. No, I have, it's growing. The audience is growing.
Good.
It's growing enough to make me confident to say, hey, sponsor the show. If there are any businesses out there that want to reach a growing Seattle audience, then send me a message and we can talk about sponsorship. I said started at $20 a show, which sounds extremely reasonable. And then we can talk about what exactly that means. But we can
What $20 means?
what $20 will get you.
Oh, okay. So I think I know what $20 means.
Because I can do like full on produced bits with music and much better voice than mine to record it.
I just want you to get sponsored so you can turn on the lights at night. That's nice.
No, I used to have a cool light in here.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, luckily I have a rope I brought in with me. I'll just file it back out at the front door. It's like we're spelunking.
All right, you'll be back and we'll talk about music.
All right, man. Sounds
Have
good.
you ever heard of a music writer named Tony K?
Yeah.
He was on the show a few weeks ago.
Was he?
Yeah, I had him in here. I met him a long time ago at Crypticon, that horror convention.
Oh, yeah.
We had quite a few drinks.
Yeah, so whenever I listen to your podcast, it's just always drunken women. That's all.
It's not true. It's
I
just,
should listen to them sequentially. And
don't
I'll actually
say
get
that
other
because
people.
Cody and I did not drink at all last time.
Oh, really?
We just drank that one time.
Oh, just the one.
She'll be back. She'll be. We're gonna record in a few days, maybe next week. She's on some girls trip right now.
Well, yeah, have me and her.
She's super.
She's single?
No, married.
Oh, forget it, then.
Married kid.
Well, I don't mind kids. This is the whole married part gets a little complicated.
No, and her husband is a martial artist.
Oh, this is looking sad already. It's going downhill fast.
It is.
Okay, whatever.
But yeah, I have a list here of podcasts that Cody and I are gonna do. Like, we both love the Bundy documentary on Netflix, so we're gonna talk about that.
Oh, I watched that this weekend, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I didn't realize how crazy it was.
Well, so that was my prime time when that all happened, right? I was like junior high school.
Were you ever a suspect?
Absolutely, because they were suspecting 14-year-old fat boys from hoarding. We were the prime demographic. But that whole thing he's just so freaking creepy. Watch the one with Mark Hamill. That's even creepier because he's such a nice guy.
Mark Hamill did one where he's Bundy?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Are you talking about the documentary on Netflix or the movie with
I watched
Zac
the
Efron?
movie, Evil, whatever. Vile.
Yeah, I saw that one. But watch the documentary
Oh, yeah, I lived through that. I watch the news every night.
where he's actually talking.
Oh, yeah, he's creepy.
Like he broke out of jail 3 times.
He's not an idiot.
No.
He just likes to kill people.
And holy mackerel. Holy mac. Do you like true crime?
No, not really. I'm more into sci-fi. I watch, if things I watch constantly, Ghost Hunters, The Dead Files, Aliens, Unexplained.
That's so funny. Oh, we can talk. Do you like
Dude, Giorgio is my spirit animal.
It's aliens. We can talk
I'm not
about
saying
that.
it's,
The next
I'm not
shows.
saying it's aliens, but it's aliens.
I love true crime. And actually, this is a weird thing. I cannot fall asleep unless I have my headphones on listening to a podcast called the No Sleep Podcast,
Oh, right.
where it's just ghost stories.
Here, let me write that down on my phone. No Sleep Podcast.
I listen to that every single night. And
Maybe you get more sleep if you listen to another podcast.
no,
Like
I
this-
like that feeling.
Is there a podcast called The Sleep Podcast?
No, it's the No Sleep Podcast.
I know, but you need to listen to the Sleep Podcast.
Now I'm listening to this book called The True Story of Area 51.
Is it and you're assuming it's the true, quote, air quotes, true story.
The author of this was on Joe Rogan.
I listened to that.
And she's not a conspiracy theorist. She's just literally, she interviewed a bunch of people that worked there, and she just talked about how it started. Like, it's not about aliens or anything like that.
It's about the military has to build shit that Russians don't know about.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
You know, so far, I'm like 2 chapters in. The craziest thing so far is the fact that the Manhattan Project employed, I think they said like 2,000 people. They had many, many buildings, and Congress did not know about it at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was a completely black op until the moment they dropped the bomb.
So you know what changed all that? Google Maps, Google Earth. You put a shovel in the middle of Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
You turn over one spade of earth, and everybody knows about it.
Everybody would know.
Yeah, you can't do any of that. I mean, remember that, was it the Greenbrier, the hotel in Virginia, where they actually had like a whole survival place for the military, or for the Congress and the Senate. It was like an underground bunker.
Yeah.
And they built that. It's like nobody knew about that. I'm like, holy crap! This thing is 8 football field size.
Right.
And yeah, we snuck it in overnight. No problem.
But I mean, yeah, like
You'd
it
never
started
do
in
that.
the 50s.
You never do that with Google Earth. No, never happened.
I'm finding it super interesting. And then what was the other thing that was super interesting? That the whole alien thing, she says that people who work there, that they said that it was actually Russian propaganda, that Russians mutilated people to make them look like aliens and then somehow got them over here to distract. So the alien bodies that they found were actually maybe mentally challenged Russians that were mutilated and disfigured to look like aliens.
Sometimes it's Russians, but most of the time
It's aliens.
it's aliens.
Well, we'll talk about that next time. Because I'm starting. Oh, here's the crazy other thing that I'm starting to get into is ancient civilizations.
Asians, yeah.
Not in ancient astronaut
Theorists.
thinking.
Yeah.
But like in really ancient civilizations, like who was around before the Egyptians, like who built
10,000 years ago.
Göbekli Tepe.
Yeah.
Like what did happen with the Greenland crater,
Dude,
stuff like that.
aliens.
There's a new season going to come out soon. Are you excited for it?
Yeah, I am. I'm watching like season 300, episode 6,000 right now. It's just like I've never seen such a more prolific show in my life.
It's pretty awesome. I
just-
love watching it for.
They're just crapping out episodes every 10 minutes.
It's like how many times can they talk about the alignment of the pyramids and the great electrical grid?
But every time they do, I can't turn it off.
I know. That's so much better to watch than the stupid sitcoms or the stupid TV shows.
Well, so here's the thing. You know how to build pyramids like that? Not have a TV.
True.
We sit there, we're watching it, but yeah, we haven't fixed the toilet seat
That's right.
in 3 months. It's like, yeah, we should do that. We should build one of them. I mean, somebody else should do it. I'm gonna watch it and do it.
It would, it's amazing what people were able to accomplish without television or the internet or cars.
I know. Just ask the Amish.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Todd.
You bet. Take
This
it
is
easy.
going to be a great show. This is a great show. I want to encourage everyone to subscribe. Oh, new breaking news. I'm on Spotify now.
You are.
I am. So I'm on Spotify, Stitcher Podcast, iTunes, and now I'm working on iHeartRadio.
Do you have show notes on Stitcher?
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, I write a little bit of show notes,
Dude,
not
get busy.
full-on
Get busy.
detailed show
Want me to
notes.
send you links to Star Donuts?
And the National Diabetes Hotline.
That's it.
So yes, please subscribe on all those. If you have any questions or show ideas, czmediapodcast@gmail.com. I have a nice little...
And follow me at Todd Hobert
Yes,
Photo
I'll
on
include-
Instagram.
Follow Todd and watch or see all of his lacrosse pictures.
No, it's all just music.
Oh, his music pictures with an occasional lacrosse thing thrown in there.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
He has great band photography, which we should have talked about. And then there's this nice little donate button on my site. I think I know why people weren't donating before, because I was
It didn't work.
It didn't work. No, it did work, but I was doing the transaction through the website, and it was about a 4-step process. And I'm choosing to believe, because people did click on the link, but they never followed through. And I'm assuming it's because they just saw too many steps, and it's like, that's too much. I'm not going to do it. So I simplified it. It goes straight to PayPal. $5, $10 is fine. Like I was complaining, I need a little new equipment.
$50 is finer.
It is. I won't say no. They're starting to trickle in.
You're such a whore.
Hey, it's, I am providing quality entertainment.
We'll podcast for money.
Well, thank you everyone for listening again. And
Thanks, guys.
one more thing. I have a domain too now. So go to czmediapodcast.com. I'm all set up, man. It's the real deal here.
Yeah, it's way better than checkcathouse.com.
Oh, was that Chet Waterhouse's?
No, check as well.
Oh,
They keep wanting to friend me.
is that your dating app
No,
of choice?
no, they just keep on friending me in Instagram. I'm like, okay, I got you.
All right, so you'll be back, and we'll talk about all that other stuff.
All right.
I should probably say it again. Go to Fat's Chicken and Waffles. Say you heard Erica on the show. 20%. That's
Off.
a good deal. 20% off the bill, not the food. For clarification services.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, Todd. Bye-bye.